What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? I know it's late, but I wanted to do this video today. I said I was going to do it. Um, the title. So, so if you come in here today, like, comment, share, subscribe, all them good things. Trying to get this in the algorithm. So, I can't really talk too loud. I got people in the house sleep, but I just want to get this thought out. Like the title says, till death do us part, with a question mark, right? And that question mark is really the thought process of this video. So when I went to work today, one of my coworkers shared with me that she just got married. And I was, happy for her. I told her congratulations. Um, and I was just like, that's great. I'm like, man, that's good stuff. So I was real happy for her because, I just, I've been working with her for a while, and I just got back to work though, so I didn't know like a lot of things have changed in these last couple months since I've been off. So she gave me an update um, on her life with that good information, and I was so happy for her. And I say, dang, congratulations. And I don't know how, but somehow she got on the point of saying that it's till death do us part. And I said, okay, right, right. She said she don't believe in divorce. And I said, right, right. I feel that. That's good that you don't believe in divorce. And what she said next tripped me out. She said, till death do us part. And I said, right, okay, I get that. But what she said right after that was, no, I mean, if he cheats on me, he's dead. And if I cheat on him, I'm dead. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She basically said, and she said, she went on to elaborate and said, I'm going to put a bullet. I said, what? You going to do what? If he cheat on you, you going to. She said, yeah, I'm going to put, and she was so serious. Like she got so animated at work. We in the workplace. And with everything going on right now in the world, you can't say certain things at work, and expect to, you know, let it ride. So I'm looking around like, wow, that's a white lady. So when she said that she would murder her husband if he cheated, and she said he would murder her if she cheated, I was like, wow. And she was serious. She kept elaborating and going more and more into it. Yep, how long she been knowing her husband, and that's how they both feel. And I'm like, it just let me know, man, there's some mentally ill people out here in this world. For you to, if that's your reasoning for getting married, like she was proud of that, to say that she would murder her husband. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's healthy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just wanted to get this thought out of my head because it's been bothering me all day. What this lady said, man. Wow. And she said, that's what's wrong with the world today. People need to know that you don't get married. It, you could lose your life. I'm like, but it made me think, when I was married, I remember telling a guy that was messing around with my ex-wife that people will hurt you about that. I wasn't gonna do it, but I know people do it. it happens every day. I just don't think that the opposite sex is worth going to prison over. And then especially, you got kids. This lady got kids. So that was scary to me that she would say that and for real mean it. And I brought that up to her. I said, man, what your kids, what your, that happened? Like they gonna lose both their parents. And essentially, and she said, you know what? That's why it'll never happen. And I'm just like, well, it seemed to me like y'all got an unhealthy perspective on life in general. So that's a recipe for disaster, man. I pray for that lady because for her and her husband had an outlook on marriage. 9 times out of 10, they probably most likely gonna be miserable. The kids, I'm sure they're sharing this type of stuff with the kids. The kids probably traumatized. They probably traumatized, thinking like, damn, mama could die behind this dude. If she got sons, I'm sure that they would probably want to protect, hopefully want to protect their mother, and would essentially know, I mean, just go into protect mode, you know what I'm saying? So it I just had all these scenarios going through my head. If that was my mother and she was in a relationship like that where, you know, her and her new husband was talking about they would kill each other if they cheated. That's like, man, that I don't know if I know that that's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? You know, for for people to get married and think like that, man. It just, I don't know, it just kind of shocked me. At the same time, it happens every day. It happens every day. And I know a lot of people that probably most likely think like that. And if you ask me, like that's an unhealthy relationship. Like it's something missing within you if you feel like that. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you want to do that to anybody for any reason, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing is that serious. I don't care. Like, we individuals at the end of the day. It shouldn't be nothing that make you want to take anybody's life for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I expect to me, especially that. There's so many people in this world. So many. If you're a man, there's so many women in the world. If you're a woman, there's so many other men in the world that you could, live out your days with, or just be single. You know what I'm saying? Like it should take. I know none of us was born to take another person's life, you know, like for no reason. And then when you take it to account, like this is an individual. I don't care what vows was said. This is still an individual. You ain't got no right to take nobody's life. I don't care if married or not, you know, especially if you married. If you really care about this person, you should want to see them happy even without you. That's real love. If you ask me, like you want to see them happy without you. You shouldn't want to take nobody's life. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's scary. That it scared the stuff mess out of me to think that. I mean, like man, when she said "to death do us part," in my mind, I'm thinking, she want to live out her life with her husband, happily married, till one of them die, like my parents. But when she said no, I mean, I would kill him if he cheated. I'm like, well, I think you really must seem to me like she want that to happen, or he or they both want that to happen, so they can have a reason to kill somebody. I don't know, man. That scared me. So I just wanted to share that thought, man. Just get that out of my head and ask y'all opinion. What do y'all think? You know what I mean? Do y'all think it's worth losing your life or your freedom over whatever side of the coin that you will be on? Like what you know, if you knew your spouse would take your life, could you see yourself cheating? And or if your spouse cheated, could you see yourself taking a life? Like, is it worth that? Is it that serious? I know it ain't that serious for me. I just know most people it's not. But a lot of people it is, especially these days with the younger generation. It seems like this younger generation, that's what they really believe. This lady is younger. She's not that much younger, but she's younger than me. So a lot of this younger generation, they tender, man. They super tender. They are tender. They, I think a lot of, especially a lot of the young men, they feel like they can just, if a woman hurt their feelings, they supposed to be able to go kill them. And I think the first time I heard this younger generation, Kevin Gates, we supposed to be in love, when he said, I thought it was legal to beat your hoe. I said, man, and the way he was rapping, I believed him, and I still believe that Kevin Gates really felt like that, like he would, like he be beating on, putting his hands on. I don't know, man. I just don't think abusing it as a man. I think you probably the weakest man in the world. You know what I'm saying? If you whooping on a woman, putting your hands on a woman, you know, that's that to me is a hoe ass nigga, a bitch ass nigga, you know, bitch ass niggas. And niggas that men that put their hands on women, usually they got mama issues. That's what it seemed to me to be. Like you gotta have some deep mama issues. You hate your mama, but you taking it out on this woman. So yeah, man. And a woman too, like a woman shouldn't be putting her hands on no man either. Yeah, women that do that, they got daddy issues. Seem to me, they got daddy issues, and they taking that frustration out on that man. So that's how I interpreted what this lady said. Seemed to me like they both got some issues with their parents if they both feel like that. But yeah, man, I'm gone. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to work in the morning. I just wanted to get this thought out. Look, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out. One.